A very good evening to all the participants here today. Project Excellence Youth Empowerment is a project organized by the Leo Club of Colombo Downtown Alliance with the collaboration of Leo Club of Colombo Manak, Leo Club of Colombo Catamaran, Leo Club of Colombo Grand City, Leo Club of Makola, Leo Club of Athugalpura, and Leo Club of Dharmapala Vidya. Youth empowerment is the process where children and young people are encouraged to take charge of their lives. The main objective of this project is to encourage young generation to grow up and improve their skills. In order to achieve our goals, we have organized 6 webinars, and today we are here to participate into the second webinar organized by the Excellence Youth Empowerment Project team. The webinar today is mainly focused on relationship building. To commence this program, let me take the pleasure of inviting Jeewantha Perera, the president of Leo Club of Negombo Catamaran, to welcome our guests and participants of today's evening by delivering the welcome address.
Thank you, Leo. Good evening, my dear clients, Leos, and guests. I am pleasant to welcome for today's webinar of excellence, where we are going to learn about ability to teach and mentor in this beautiful evening. I would like to warmly welcome our guest speaker, Deshamanya, Lion Dr. Jeewantha Perera, MJF, MAF, LCIP, JP, who is currently the District Cabinet Secretary for the fiscal year 2021-2022 of Lions District 316B1. And our special guest for the night is District Presidents of 316B1 and 316C2, Leo Minoli Perera and Leo Hasindu Maharage. We are gathered here to witness the excellence of a project organized by Leo Club of Downtown Alliance 316B2. Excellence is a project which comes under youth empowerment, which will continue for 6 months with 6 different categories. Leo Club of Downtown Alliance hosts the project along with the support of 7 other more clubs, which is namely Leo Club of University of Colombo Alumni 316A1, Leo Club of Colombo Monarch 316A2, Leo Club of Negombo Catamaran 316B1, Leo Club of Grand City 316B2, Leo Club of Makola 316B2, Leo Club of Athugalpura 316C1, Leo Club of Pannipitiya Dharmapala College 316C2. So my dear audience, let's get ready to be excellent with excellence. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeewantha Perera, for that warm welcome. As for the next event in the agenda, I would like to invite Leo Prabhavi Ratnayaka to introduce our guest speaker of today's event.
Thank you. A brief profile of Lion Dr. Jeewantha Perera, LCIP, Sri Lanka. He holds a doctorate in business administration from University of Wales and masters in business administration from Cardiff Metropolitan University, London, United Kingdom. He is a proud product of Royal College, Colombo 7, Sri Lanka. Further, he holds 7 diplomas in different fields in management and leadership to be an experienced international trainer. He has been awarded memberships from many professional and educational bodies from Sri Lanka, United Kingdom, Malaysia, and India, proving his qualifications in professionalism. He is an experienced corporate trainer, youth development guide, power parenting coach, motivational speaker, and also a visiting lecturer to many organizations, institutions, and governments and private universities. He has been awarded with 6 Lions International President's Appreciation Certificates, 4 International President's Medals, and Lions International Leadership Medals for his Leostic achievements, in addition to many recognitions and awards in district and multiple district level. Further, he was honored as Lion of the Year in 2017 to 2018 and the most outstanding Leo advisor for 2 consecutive years in 2017 to 2018 and 2018 to 2019. He was recognized by Lions Club International for his continuous role as Leo Club advisor for 5 consecutive years. He was awarded at the multiple district conventions for 6 consecutive years for having conducted highest number of leadership development programs in MD 306 Sri Lanka. He was graduated from DLLI, RLLI, ALLI, FDI, SWTTI, and CWTIEL. Further, he was qualified as a Lions International Certified Instructor, which is the highest qualification in Lions leadership training, becoming the one of the only two Sri Lankans holding LCIP qualification. Further, he is a Melvin Jones Fellow and a Mahendra Amarasuriya Fellow. He is an experienced faculty member of DLLI, RLLI, ELLI, ALLI, and a large number of online programs and workshops for Lions and non-Lions in Sri Lanka, India, Nepal, and Africa. Let me invite Melvin Jones Fellow, Lions International Certified Instructor, Lion Dr. Jeewantha Perera. Thank you.
Thank you, Leo Prabhavi Ratnayaka. We are pleased to have Deshamanya Lion Dr. Jeewantha Perera with us today. Dear sir, we now request you to address the gathering and share your expertise knowledge with us.
Thank you very much. I think I'm audible. Yes. Thank you very much. It's a superb introduction. Thank you very much, my dear. And also, I love to see very energetic young crowd is there, but unfortunately, all cameras are off. It is a great session. That the topic is really good, relationship building. Can I share my screen if you quit this screen? Right, yes. Okay, right now I see all beautiful faces, photos of I'm not blessed to have their faces seen here in this session. I love if I can see their faces, but the bandwidth is their data has been taken a lot if the camera is on. Anyway, it's a challenge for me to look up only on the camera and talk to you all. Why it is needed your cameras is on is not because of anything. Today we are going to talk to you all on relationship building. Yes, relationship building. So in order to make the relationship building, we should see each other. If we don't see each other, how we are going to build the relationships? Still, we will move to the session, my dear friends. It's building positive relationship. I rather wanted to add another word into the presentation topic. Today I added it. It should be relationships should be positive. But with relationship that we are incurring has to be positive. So let me first going through a small exercise. I wish all of you all would use the chat in order to give the answer. So no need of a calculator. You are driving a bus from point A to point G. In point A, 17 people get onto the bus. In point B, 6 people get off and 9 people get on. In point C, 2 people get off and 4 people get in. In point D, 11 people get off and 16 people get on. And in point E, 3 people get off and 5 people get in. In point F, 6 people get off and 3 get in. You then arrive at point G. So it's a journey from point A to G. This is the real story from point A to G. Right. I'm going to ask you 2 questions. The first question is, how many places bus was stopped? How many places bus was stopped? How many places bus was stopped? I need the answers in the chat. Yes, Sitsija Netmina says 5 places. And Yoshini says 7 places. President Chanuka says 7 places. Pasan says it's a different answer. Bus has not stopped anywhere. Sichida, sorry, 6. Then I think he previously answered as 5, now says 6. Who is this? Then another answer is 5. Anjali says 7. Anjali Subhashini says 7. Chamal says 6. Santosh says 5. Good. Out of 82, 9 has responded. Eleven has responded. Vishnu says 6. Saman Ashoka Mendis says 6. Right. So the next question is, what was the name of the bus driver? Oshadi says 1. What was the name of the bus driver? Mandira, Kavisha, you. Suren says you. No other answers. Dhananjay say you. Who is you? Supun says you. It's me. I was not a bus driver. Even I don't have the bus driving license. Supun says you. Dhananjay says you. Anonymous. Yes, Yoshini. You are driving. Yes. It is not anonymous. Actually, it says you are driving. So basically, if I tell it to you, it means that you are driving the bus. Thank you very much, friends. It is really nice. Of relationship building is something that you have to have a free mind in order to understand what it is. Even just before that time, going through this session, almost 85 participants, youths are there in this forum. What is important is have your free mind. Don't take any predetermined decisions. I know some of you did the calculation of how many people were in the bus at the time of bus stop at point G. So because through the numbers were rolling over, you thought definitely the question would be the number. What was the last number in the bus? Bus එක අන්තිමටම කීයක්ද ඉතුරු වුනේ? කී දෙනෙක්ද ඉතුරු වුනේ කියලා ඔක්කොම දෙනා වැඩි දෙනෙක් මන් දන්නා හිමිට ගණන් හදන්නදී wasting time sometimes. So number 1, we should not go for predetermined decisions when we are going for relationship building, whether it is your partner or your fiance or your girlfriend or boyfriend or your relationship with your mother or father, with your teacher or master or lecturer or moderator or facilitator. So it is obviously it is all of us actually, all of us. Host, please mute somebody's microphone is disturbing. So keep your devices muted, my dear. So what is really important is, it is, yes, who has told each of us? Yes, Santosh says, Santosh Bala says each of us. Right, this looks like, yes, very good. Your way of thinking, very creative thinking that I really respect. Some of your answers are very good. So we looks like that we each of us drive in the bus. It's like the life journey. Right, because this exercise is not because of anything. Only thing that I wanted to have icebreaker, and you can probably see the bus has stopped in 7 places, including the place they start up. But somebody would say it is only at 2 locations. They stopped at it was stopped at the place it started, and it went, and at the point G it is stopped. Then 2 locations. Somebody might say that it has stopped to get in and get off from each bus fault. Then each location, then from the starting point to the end point, all 7. Somebody says the starting is not the stop, it is the beginning. So then stopping places are 6. So number is not immaterial, but the material is your attentive focus without any predetermined decisions. So if you want to build relationship, number 1 lesson before I'm going to the session, it is really important that we understand the basic of relationship building. For relationships, it is really important we start the relationship without any predetermined decisions. Purva nigamanawalin tora sambandhatha godanaga ganima sandaha vu gamanak. That is really important. So here, look, my dear friends, I like to have a lot of interactions. That's what I wanted, if possible, to keep your cameras on, but no issue. But at least start chatting. No harm, because I really love some of you, 6, 7 of your names still now. Right now, I can remember their names also, because they are really active in the presentation. That's how the relationship build. So end of the day, if somebody can remember you, that's the relationship. Yes. You all, I presume that you all can see my screen.
Yes, sir, we can.
Right,
Yes.
right, okay. You can disturb me at any moment and ask questions. That is not a problem. But only thing, other disturbances only has to be curtailed, right? So positive relationship, just a simple question, what I wanted to ask is, you can respond to this. How do positive relationships make you feel? What is the feeling that you get when it is come to positive relationship? What type of feeling that you got on your life experience? I told many relationship. It's from mother to child. It's from class teacher to the student. It is from friend to friend, maybe girlfriend to boyfriend, maybe the boss to the employee, maybe the service providers, maybe a shop owner, shopkeeper to the customer. Happy and calm, Oshadi. Then Dasuni, happy and satisfied. What is the other name? Is cannot be seen. You feel valued. Someone Asoka says happy. Someone also comment this. I can't see. It is Raquel. You feel valued. Yes. Supun Vikramasinghe, happy. Jessica, comfortable to mingle with. Santosh, feel as a long ago bond. Very beautiful. I would see that this, it feels freedom. It's simple and happy. Who says simple and happy? I just like this. It's a teacher. It's pronounced Rachel. Am I correct? Please excuse me. Somebody has raised hand. Unmute and speak. Feels positive. If any of you, please excuse me if I have mispronounced, my dear. Jerome says feel positive. Rachel, extremely sorry, Rachel. Feel positive. Shashika Lakshan says happy. Yes, even with the beautiful heart. Yes, happy and faithfully been belonged. Peace and happy. Yes, you pronounce correctly. Yes, yes, Rachel. Thank you so much. Yeah. How do positive relationship make you feel? We feel happy, we feel comfortable. Yes, President, you feel comfortable. Yes, it's peace in mind, uh, uh, inspirational. Yes, who says peace of mind and inspirational? Uh, I'm looking at the shortest version. Let me check down. Richard Serra, yes. President Chanuka says comfortable. Yoshini Galabada says peace of mind, inspirational. Yes, yes, very good. Very nice of you all. Very creative. An unbreakable bond to Santosh Bala. I call you Bala because I love that pronunciation. Yes, Santosh, thank you very much. How do positive relationships make you feel? That all of you are correct, my dear friends. We feel very comfortable. We feel that we belong, and we love to be in a relationship. That's we all are. That's what we are. How do positive relationship make others feel? That is also same. The same feeling what we get is also related to the other person. That's how the relationship goes on. That is nothing big. Why do you want positive relationship with others? That is the crucial thing. As you said, the experience is what we get is actually basically end result is happiness. What is the purpose of our life? Our purpose of our life, the purpose of our life is happiness. The issue is how we are going to identify the happiness. My dear young girls and boys, friends, the mistake is the way that we are going to get happiness. Everyone, all of us are all of us are focusing on to have happiness in our life. Sometimes we build negative relationships, have negative relationships, and then we regret, and we sometimes take wrong decisions in our lives. So what is important is building positive relationships. I rather used to tell my age. If somebody asked my age, I used to say my age is 24. But after 24 of my age, my birth certificate age was stopped. So what after that counts was, I call it after 24, my age is with experience. So the age is 24, then the years of experiences count. That's why I look at life and age. So relationship matters for the success, only on not only on the challenges, not only to overcome the challenges. It's obviously relationship matters to overcome challenges. Sometimes get some support, get some advices, even to get some satisfaction, even get some support, moral support that is really needed. That's what very important, that we have relationship. When I was I was handling the psychological development of Sri Lankan cricket under 19 team a few years ago. So I could remember that I had a program with them at Catamaran Academy. Usually under 19 teams academy was at Catamaran. So I had one program with one such program. I wanted to share some the relationship, the bonding of the relationship lesson to the team members of under 19 squad. So what I did was, there's a huge media room at Catamaran. And the media room in the ground side, there's a huge glass, and all the other side is totally covered, because the media room has to be less of sound, and it's soundproof. And that media room, what I did was with the assistance, with my support of my assistants. So I use black color, totally black sheets and covered the media room glass where the ground could be seen for the media person. That entire glass was covered from glass, black color papers. Kalu kadadasi aragana me mulu glass ekama media room එකේ වැහුවා. එතකොට ground එක පැත්ත මොකුත් පේන්නේ. All the other area is fully covered and it's sealed room. Actually, when you enter the media room, there are 2 doors also in order to avoid the sounds coming in. But only thing purposely, what I did was in the room, I kept a small hole or a kalupata alopo papers වල කළු මේ පෑනේ ප්‍රමාණයට විතර පුංචි ස්පේස් එකක් විතරක් empty තියලා the entire room is black, fully covered. So that everything is there, even the washrooms, the water facility, and everything is there in the room. It's a fully luxury room. So that particular day, one cricketer came late. I don't know the name because that boy is playing for the country right now. So he was late, and what I did was I told him there's a punishment because you are late to the program, and I put him in this media room. Actually, he didn't know. We set the CCTV camera on the media room, and it was connected to the place I was doing the program with the IT support that we all can see. After he went there, we switch on our cameras. Now he was inside. We didn't allow him to take his mobile phone in. So he was in, and I told punishment is you have to be in the media room and you can't take your mobile phone. So he went there. The media room is a common place. They know everything. So so he was looking from the CCTV camera. He went in. He looked at here and there, and he went and had a glass of water. Within 2-3 minutes, he was really desperate. He was looking here and there. Then suddenly, he saw the small hole in the black color papers. Ara kalupata kadadasiන් වහලා තිබුණු වීදුරු තිබුණු පුංචි සිදුර දැකලා he went and kept his eye to that hole to see the ground. අර ground එක පැත්ත බලන වීදුරුවේ කළුපාට කඩදාසියෙන් එළිය පැත්තෙන් වහලා තිබුණා. එතන ඇහැ තියලා බලනවා මොකක්ද කියලා. So all the other players were looking at him what he is doing from the class actually. So he didn't knew that after a while that we switch off everything and he got him to the classroom. And when he came there, I asked him, what did you do in the room? Originally, he said nothing. I just spent some time there. Then I said, I saw that you are watching the ground area. He said, no, everything is covered. Everything was covered. So then later said, no, I saw that you are keeping your eye to the glass and see. Yes, sir, me punchi sidurat tibuna ma making ground එක දිහා බලලා මම මොනවද දැක්කේ? I saw a few ladies on the ground. They are removing, taking these weeds මොනවද වල් පැලෑටි ගලවනවා ground එකේ. කොච්චර අපි ground එක turf එක හොඳට හැදුවත් outer surface එකේදී කුරුල්ලෝ ඇවිල්ලා මේවා දාලා වල් පැල එහෙම එනවා. ඒව කපන්න බෑ. හොඳම තමයි අතින් ගලවන්නේ. So this boy was telling, I saw one lady, she is working from both her hands. මම වෙයි මීට ඉස්සලා දැකලා තිබුණ නැද්ද? නෑ සර් මම දැකලා තිබුණේ. මම what else you saw? සර් කෙතරම් එහා පැත්තේ ගෙදරක තියෙනවා තැඹිලි ගහ. ඒ තැඹිලි ගහේ ලොකු තැඹිලි ඉඳන්ම තියෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ බොන්න පුළුවන් තැඹිලිත් තියෙනවා. So මම හව තැඹිලි ගහේ මොනවද බැලුවේ? මම බැලුවා තැඹිලි ගහේ පොළ හෙල්ලෙනවා. My dear friends, one lesson that I shared with them is, so people nature, the human nature is that, right? Because අපි තනියම කොහරි හිටියොත් එහෙම we get sick. Because the human nature is that we belongs to families. අපි රංචු විදියට හැදිලා තියෙන මිනිස්සු. මේ මනුෂ්‍යගේ ස්වභාවය එමය. People live in groups, in teams, in families. That's what the relationship matters. That is the importance of relationship. Otherwise, you feel sick sometimes. You feel desperate. Then we all feel like youth. If you had a love affair, if you break it, that you feel desperate and you feel, my goodness, what sometimes it happens to betterment, good. But if you are in a team that you can bear it, if you are living all alone, that means with relationships you are dead, but you are with people, but in relationships you are dead, then you become really sick. So what is needed is have many positive relationships in order to absorb the changes. That's what very important. So let me quickly go through some important points on what type of relationships. I basically put this relationship into 4 baskets. One is emotional relationships, where the parents and children, brothers and sisters, and girlfriend and boyfriend, husband and wife, all those are emotional relationships. Even you have a pet, that is emotional relationships. Even if you have a pet dog or a cat, when you just get into your house after office or after school or after classes, lectures, he comes and run and jump to you, right? You feel, my goodness, that is emotional relationships, which really, really important in our lives. So the other side is the formal relationships. Formal relationship is in official capacity, maybe boss and the subordinate, maybe the in-between co-workers, maybe the customer and the salesperson, or if you are in office, or if you are a salesperson, if you are in counters, again with the customers, if you are in a school, the teachers and you, if you are in universities, lecturers and you, all these are formal relationships. But that also matters. That also matters. Because if you just count your time, if you are in a school, then 6 hours. If you are in university, a little more than that. If you are in an employment, at least 8 hours in office. So that means 1/3 of your day's time is with your office teammates. So definitely you have to have good relationships, right? Then the social relationships. It is in the society, that with neighbors, with friends, with maybe with the servants, maybe with relatives, even with Leo Club members or Lions Club members. Those are the social relationships. In each area, the relationship level is different. Even the words that we use is different. The distance, personal distance that we keep is different. Because it is an emotional relationship with your family members, it can be so much closer. But when it comes to a formal relationship, the distance is a bit far. Social relationship, it is in between. So then the other sector is behavioral relationships. It is because of something that you have to get done. Maybe you go and see a doctor, you meet nurse, you meet a police officer, maybe firefighter, or any other, maybe the meter reader who comes to electricity board or water board or who comes to your place, maybe the postman. So lot of the services that we get from people, it creates a behavioral relationships. So the entire relationships I have put into 4 categories. But each category, how you are going to develop the relationship is one-to-one is different. But within the time levels, but I put everything into one basket and I'll explain 7 points. But out of these 7 points are not equally distributed among each level. මං කතා කරන්න ඉස්සරහට යන 7 points ගැන relationships ගැන ඒ හත එක මේ හතරෙන් එකකට වෙනස් විදිහට තමයි බලපාන්නේ. ඒක තමයි වැදගත් වෙන්නේ. So relationship building skills, there are some skills. So this is the seven skills that I am going to describe you all, explain to you all within the given timeline. So the interpersonal skills, communication skills, listening skills, empathetic skills, emotional intelligence, which is really nice and important. One of my very very lovely subject of me in MBS, networking skills and team building skills. So interpersonal skills is something that we all has to look into. Interpersonal skills. Antarpuddala sambandha make a skill. There are some points that which I want to explain. Number 1, if you want to improve interpersonal skills, interpersonal skills. In order to improve interpersonal skills, we should have one part here is yourself is intrapersonal. Intrapersonal, it is within you. Before we build relationship with others, number one is we have to build relationship with us, within us. ඔබට ආදරය කරන්න නැත්නම් ඔබට තව කෙනෙකුට ආදරය කරන්න බෑ. ඔබත් එක්ක හරි සම්බන්ධතාවයක් තිබෙන්නේ නැත්නම් ඔබට වෙන කෙනෙක් එක්ක සම්බන්ධතාවයක් හදාගන්න බෑ. So it is you, my dear friend. Love yourself. Truly love yourself. Then you have to identify you. Identify the real you. What are the potentials of me? What are the strengths of me? What are the talents? What are the areas for improvement? So look at to all these things. Self-awareness is really important. So awareness of yourself, then only the others. Then only the others. These days I'm writing on a subject area. It is I'm calling as emotional stethoscope. That how we are going to our own self-awareness as well as on others. So awareness is really important to build relationship. අපි අඳුනා ගැනීම වැදගත්. මාව අඳුනා ගැනීම සහ අනිත් අයව අඳුනා ගැනීම. මම මේ point එක තවත් තැන් කීපයකදී explain කරන්නම් in little bit deeper. Caring about other people. It is something that we have to develop. Care for people. It is really important. Respect people. Now, I requested the co-host requested him to make me him or her. I didn't notice, but I requested him to make me co-host. I sent a message, so he did it. So I sent immediately a thank you note to him. Without I mean, I just put as sir. So it is how I always think of. So I said thank you, sir. Then later I realized, don't know whether the host is a girl. If it is a girl, extremely sorry, madam. But I thought it must be a boy, so I said, thank you, sir. So caring is really important. Look up to everyone. So if you are giving, you will get what you give. That is the nature of this world. So let's try to give. Caring is something that you have to give. Then you will be cared by others. Collaborating and working well together with others is really important. I don't know to explain, you all can understand. Collaboration is something that we all go for solutions on win-win basis. So in Leo clubs, that's what very important. Leos are for that. Most of these interpersonal relationship skills are developed within the Leo clubs or rather Lions club in this movement, because even some occasions we used to in offices when I do programs with corporates, I used to tell sometimes you join an organization, service organization, and work with them in order to change their attitudes and the behaviors and working with people. That is really important. That's what we when I'm sitting in interview boards, sometimes I used to see the CVs, and if that CV carries some notation or a note with regard saying that I have been a Leo or a Lion or something in that, I definitely give preference to them because they have experience of working with people. Confronting people when they need it. It's really important when people need. That's what the Lions and the Leos having this beautiful quote. When there is a need, there is a lion or a Leo. When there is a need, there is a lion or a Leo. So that's what. When there is a need, always there. Just now, just before this session starts, around 7:40, I got a call from India, and they were having a problem with a program for DG teams and requested me to be a resource person on this Friday. I had some other program, but I knew that they are desperate for a faculty, and they were helpless. So I said, okay, I have a program, but readjust that and I will join with them. So it is when there is a need, if you have time, if you can adjust yourself, but this is not the given meaning, say yes to everything. You should have the courage to say no, otherwise you will be having problems. It is a weakness of people if you continue to say yes to everything. So it is not really developing relationships, it damages relationships also. Conflict management and resolution skill. It is a very good skill to build interpersonal relationship. Conflict management is a different subject. Actually, it's normally 3-hour subject in an MBA program. But what I say is, how you are going to manage conflict is really important. Conflicts are inevitable. ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ club එකක බැලුවත් conflicts තියෙනවනේ. ළමයි 4 දෙනෙක් 5 දෙනෙක් එකතු වුණත් පොඩි conflicts තියෙයි. Conflict කියලා කියන්නේ ගහ ගන්න එක නෙමෙයි. So it is basically how we are going to resolve is whether you have to put the thinking whether I am going to win from the conflict, right? Sacrificing the friendship. That is the question. That is the question that you have to ask. So is it worthwhile for a conflict? So conflicts are inevitable. So agree for disagreement is the best solution if you want to go for resolution skills in a conflict. Agree for disagreement. Even now I'm giving this lecture. That's what, if any simple disturbance comes, I just listen to it. Not because of anything. Because maybe there can be anyone who doesn't like a point. So I have respect for that. I have listened to that. That's how this relationship building goes on. So the clear communication skill is really important. Communication matters, my dear friend. It is number one. I may touch on that because it is the next point, effective communication skill. Second point is communication skill. So it is really important. Why it is important? Communication means I tell something where the recipient can understand from the way I wanted the recipient to understand. Communication sannivedana කියන්නේ ඒකයි. මම මොනවා හරි දෙයක් කියනවා අනිත් කෙනාට මං එයා තේරුම් ගන්න ඕනේ කියලා හිතපු ආකාරයට එයාට ඒක අවබෝධ වෙන්න වෙනවා. නැත්නම් communication එක half communication. So effective communication is really important. Effective communication is that I just told something where the recipient could understood from the way I wanted him to be understood. That is what. So make a difference as sender intended. So every communication, now I tell all these things with lot of efforts. I did lot of homework. I did rehearsals normally all my, if anybody has seen, listened to my lectures, this lecture is only this. If I am to do the same relationship build in another lecture, it is somewhat different to the other. So it's my thinking of doing presentations, because if the same recipient is there, or one or two are there, they should at least learn something new. So I have to be new. I have to be refreshed. So that's what my intention on today. So something that you take home, not 100%, but at least 5 to 10% that you take home and change your life, is that learning means behavioral change. Learning means behavioral change. Today a learning session. So if something changes in your life, that is the end result. That's it. Affects the relationship. If this communication skill is developing a relationship, that's what it affects the relationship. Good effective communication is that, and connects you with thoughts and feelings of others. That is really important. When you use a word, it should be once you tell a word, it has been said, already gone. You can't get it back. So before you tell anything, you have to think twice. You have to think twice. That's what very important to understand. And mutual understanding. I don't know to explain on to that everyone has to have mutual understanding in any situation. Any situation. We call it reading people. Reading people by looking at eyes, by looking at smile, by looking at their facial expression, even not without any words, you can understand. Ability to get things done as planned. It is a communication. So that's what very clear communication is really important. And what versus how. That is really important. What versus how. If you get the communication mix, only 7% make the difference as words. 7%, 93% either non-verbal communication or facial expressions or the verbal voice, right? So that's what versus how is important. More than what you say, how you say is important to have a good communication, effective communication, right? more than what you say. How you say is important. Maybe the tone, maybe the pitch, maybe the voice modulation, right? I like you. I like you. The same words. The way that you speak is different. Even you, in my life, I have my professional experience is almost 29 years. Even though I used to call as 24 years my age, but 29 years in my professional experience, I have shouted in my office only 5 times. I still regret for that. But all the other times I have managed my temper. And what I have done is, I have spoken the same words, but with different tones. So that no one can see that I'm shouting. I'm managing my emotions. That's what the what versus how. Learn that. That is really important to build strong, effective, positive relationships. So the third point is effective listening skills. Actually, the communications, one important part is listening, actually, right? So the pay attention, give your undivided attention. So right now also maybe all 89, 88 participants are there. So maybe some of you are just having the earphones, some of you are just because the cameras are off, some of you are doing, some of you are looking at your WhatsApp messages, right? It's no harm. I mean, but only thing, your attentive listening is really important because you are going to get something to your life. And also the listening skill is a process. It's a process. Acknowledge the message, show that you are listening and provide feedback, and we should not have judgment when you are listening. Sometimes what we think is when we are sitting for a class or a program or something else, we are taking predetermined decisions, then you are listening, and then so you are not going to listen to anything. Sometimes you take predetermined decisions and judgment having in your mind. So having judgments in your mind and you don't listen properly because you are not open mind, because you have a barrier in front of the receivings of the information. So information barrier because of the judgment that you have. So don't have any judgment of anything that you take going to get to you when you are listening properly. Respond appropriately. That is really important, my dear friends. Effective listening. That's what I just started with, chatting with you all and asking questions, and then when I get responses, sorry Vishnu, extremely sorry. I was told, so Vishnu says explain only in English. I don't. Oh, sorry, extremely sorry that you are not from Sri Lanka. Yes, Yoshini, yes. Yes, extremely sorry. I was told at least to explain some points in Sinhalese as well by the organizers, but I will make sure that if I am to explain anything in Sinhalese for the betterment of some of the participants, I will make sure that you are not penalized and you be getting the real benefit of my presentation. Yes. And the fourth point is empathy. Empathy is what? Of course, this is a deep subject actually, but I just put only these 3 points. Empathy is seen with eyes of another, listening with eyes of another, and the feeling with heart of another. That's important. If you learn emotional intelligence and as a subject for MBA or any other, or in management, it is one of the key important area on social awareness, empathetic approach. It is really important that we understand the other person. We can understand other person from a sympathetic approach. Having a sympathetic approach, that is wrong. The most important thing is not sympathetic approach. It should be an empathetic approach. Just think from the way that he is thinking. That's what this simple paragraph is saying. Seen with the eyes of another, how would he see? How would he hear? Right? What type of pain that he is going through? If that happens to me, what would my situation? What would be my situation? Once I was driving my vehicle. Once a trishaw driver behind me is continuously he's using his horn continuously, real disturbance. So I thought I didn't have space to give him space to overtake me. So I was a little bit uncomfortable, but I thought to myself, normally I practice this 3E concept of identifying people, that maybe his education, maybe his environment, maybe his experience is different, so I don't want to worry. So, but at the next point, I gave him the space, right? I gave him the space, but I felt I could have given earlier when I saw this driver, a three-wheeler driver is carrying a patient to the hospital. Patient to the hospital. I thought to myself, my goodness, but I could have space to him for him to overtake me earlier than I did. So I was thinking to myself, my goodness, he's taking a patient. What a great gentleman he is. What a great personality. Maybe that he has doing this. Sometimes many three-wheeler drivers do this without any fee. Maybe accident, he see no one is carrying that patient on the road. So he may have taken that patient to his three-wheel and he's taking him to hospital. So he's asking me the space to overtake. I felt very sorry for myself, how bad I am. I could have given space before that, earlier, because that is the only option that he could have. If it is an ambulance, we would have given. But that is what very important for us to understand. Empathy means understanding from the other person. Some explain on this, be in the shoe of the other person to understand him or her better. That is very much important to improve your relationship, my dear friends. If you are, maybe you ask something your father, ask something from your mother, they refuse sometimes. Think from their point of view. Think from their point of view. Sometimes you have a problem with your girlfriend or boyfriend. I'm talking from elderly. If there are some students, not for you all, but for youths who are above the independent ages. So maybe some problems. Maybe he got late, you are having a big problem. Arguments, issues, fights. Think from the other person's point of view. Then the relationship is strong. That's what very important. Maybe husband and wife, maybe brothers and sisters. Think of other person's point of view. Maybe a scenario like that three-wheel driver carrying a patient. Yeah, I never thought. I thought this is some sick person is trying his best to overcome my vehicle. So it is not. So emotional intelligence is fifth point. That how we are going to improve the relationship is. I'm not going to explain on all 20 competencies on emotional intelligence. It's a subject actually, but in very simple way of the emotional intelligence is you understand people from your heart and brain, wisdom, and the emotions. You try to understand a person from your heart, from the feelings, but take the decision from your wisdom. It is more than the knowledge. Wisdom is the application of knowledge. හදවතින් තේරුම් ගන්නවා, බුද්ධියෙන් පිළිතුරු දෙනවා. Understand from the heart and decisions from the wisdom is really important to be illuminated, become a bright star in your life. That is really important. That's what emotional intelligence is. It's true in we call it in 4 clusters in emotional intelligence subject. One is self-awareness, then self-management. It is with regard to intrapersonal. When it comes to interpersonal, we call it social awareness and also social skills. So, but not in deep, very simple form. We understand people from our feelings, but decisions are taken from the wisdom. That matters a lot. Maybe somebody comes to you, and I once one family came to me for a counseling matter, and a very young couple. Of course, the boy was 22 years, the lady was 32 years, and obviously it is not a discrimination. It is not a matter for me, but they had a lot of other issues. So when I asked them, so individual discussions time, that boy told me, I got married to a lady who is 10 years elder to me. I said, then why now? If you have a worry, why now? Why not that time? I'm not explaining the entire situation. It's a different thing that, but I'm taking this simple side of that as an example. So when I asked him, why now you are saying it's a worrying you because 10-year-old spouse? Then I asked, why you took that decision? Now you are regretting. No, sir, I took the decision only from my heart. When she was divorced, she told all her sad stories to me. So I was carried out with that emotional, sad feelings. Then I took a decision to be with her and married. So we should not take decision only from the heart. That is what is important. If you want to build a strong, positive relationships, you have to take the decisions. Understanding from heart is true. The feelings, emotions is important, but the decision is from wisdom. Wisdom is with 3 E's. It is with your experiences, maybe somebody else's experience, not only your experiences. Your experiences as well, your friends' experience, your known people, your parents' experiences, your mother, your father, your grandfather, grandmother, how many experiences that they have gone through, how many times they may have told many stories to you all. Those are experiences. Because smart people learn from their mistakes, wise people learn from others' mistakes. That's what this experience comes into play. So you identify yourself or others from the heart, feelings, and take the decision with wisdom. That is very simple emotional intelligence. The 6th point is networking skills. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. That's what the Leos gives you the training. That's what the road track gives you the training. That's what some families have given the opportunity for the family members to live with that. That's what some officers are, so office leaders actually create that environment. Networking is really important, my dear friends. Not only for a business development, even people development, your skill development, personal development, all that aspecting. Nature is that by looking at one person, we can learn many things, not copying anyone, because you are unique. You are the only person in this world. If you are going to compare yourself with another, that is the biggest mistake that you are going to do in life. Don't ever think of, I want to be like my club president, like so-and-so. I want to be like so-and-so. No, you are unique. You are unique. So that's like very important. But networking skill is not to compare yourself with any other, but to be yourself, learning from others and getting assistance from others. That is really important. Maybe you get motivated from others, looking at others. If he or she can't do it, why can't I? Why can't I? Not to copy, not to have a competition, not to have a comparison, but to be yourself and move forward. And the 7th point is team building skill. It is a skill. I don't want to explain each and every point, my dear friends. Team building is working towards one goal. Together, everyone achieve more. Team. So everyone have a role in that particular, maybe in the club, maybe in the organization, maybe in your office, maybe in your business, anywhere, any place. Earlier, we had the concept of, in business management, we described those days as family concept. but now not family concept. It is basically in businesses, definitely team concept. So the team has to perform. Every member has to perform. Each and every member has to perform, because there can't be passengers in teams. Together, everyone achieve more. So when it is a synergy, my dear friends, it is more than energy. 1 + 1 is more than 2. That is synergy. That's what, when it comes to a Leo club, if all of you are working very strongly as one team, you do wonders. You do very creative things. You do excellent work, excellent services, more than lions sometimes. I have been Leo Club advisor for 5 years. I would name, rather not as an Leo advisor. I was a facilitator to them. I was just listening. They were bright and brilliant. So because they are very creative, they are very supportive, they take very collaborative decisions, they are self-motivated, they find very creative solutions, they have a lot of skills, they have gone through many training, and also through working itself they get a lot of training. The experience is their hand. So what I did was a simple coaching or becoming, giving mentoring, that's all. So the teams are performing. The teams always winning champions. Individuals win medals or plaques or gold or rewards, whatever it is, individuals, but the teams win champions. So become a championships, a winning champion. So champions are teams. That is really important, my dear friends. Few tips in order to build the relationship. Make a good first impression. You just think, if somebody says that if you want to see your girlfriend or a boyfriend for the first time, or first day that you want to talk to him for the first time, how many times you are looking at yourself with a boy or a girl from the mirror? How many times you are looking at yourself? So even if you are going to the office, or if you are going to meet somebody, even today, if you are meeting somebody, even from a virtual platform, also make sure that your impression, because you don't get an second chance to create the first impression. It is only the first time. It is only the first time. So make a good first impression. It is really important, because powerful first impression is everlasting. Originally I thought to wear just the shirt and the tie and be here, but later I thought maybe a great Leos are joining today. I have to give good respect to them, right? I have to be on time, present yourself appropriately. So we have to be yourself. My dear friends, if you want to create a first impression, be yourself. That is really important. So no one can say, okay, he's copying so and so, he's imitating so and so. Not that. Be yourself. So have a winning smile. That is really important. Be open and confident, and use small talks. Not a big talkative person, even though that you are very, maybe you are a good speaker, good orator, good debate team member, but make sure that if you want to create first impression, maybe later that you can explain your point of view, but small talk matters to create the first impression. Always be positive and be courteous and attentive. First impression is really important. And always, very important thing is, have a winning smile. That is really important. You are not going to lose by smiling. That is really important, my dear friends. If you just looked at my face and continue the timing, at least more than 50 to 60% of my presentation, my smile is on my face. It is obviously because I am confident on the session, and also this is how I practice. Be respectful, my dear friends. Normally, give respect to earn respect. You can't demand respect. I have seen sometimes some Leo leaders, sometimes club presidents, sometimes district presidents, district vice presidents, sometimes different leaderships in Lions also. They demand respect. They demand respect. But I have to give provisions for the Lions and Leos protocols. That has to be managed, because that is organizational structural thinking that we have to have these things. But at the end of the day, you can't demand respect. It is something that you have to. Even recently, I went to a Leo program, and I'm a district cabinet secretary. So one of the Leos who introduced, invited to light in the oil lamp, did a mistake by mistake that that Leo invited another district officer before me to light the oil lamp. So that individual went and did it, and then only Leo invited me. So I went and lit it. There is no problem. But subsequently 2 or 3 people came and said, here, you tell and scold them, and you tell them that they have done something wrong, and because they didn't maintain the protocol. I said, no, I never. Even up to now, I never told them. Because that you just think for a while that that youth maybe has gone through a lot of pressure in her or his, actually a lady, her mind, and telling this and reading names. So the mistakes can happen. It is not something that I should be worried of. Who light the lamp first? But only thing, it is my personal view. Maybe different views could be there. Therefore, manage all these things. But what I want to tell is give respect to earn respect. That is really important. Once I have a very good experience when I was a branch manager of a remote area, in fact, in Puttlam. Once I wanted to, nearly close to 19 years back, our toilet pit, not the manager have a different quarters, but Chamari is there for all other staff members, boys are living. So one morning they came and told me the Chamari's toilet pit is over. It's going out of the tank, and a lot of other issues, social issues, bad smell and everything. So then I was thinking to what to do. Then I was a little bit new to that area by that time. Then I called the secretary. They are from that area. They said, all right, I wanted to get a gully bowser to clean those things. Then they said no gully bowsers in that town, just 19 years back. Then they said, and then when I asked how this can be done, they said there are a group of people who are doing this. They are living in a very close proximity in a small area. I visited that place, my dear friends. Nearly 25 families are living in that small area, just 10-15 purchased land. So then I said immediately send a communication. I told security. Then one boy came with rubber slippers, shorts, with t-shirt, and a very short fellow. And his name was, I still remember, Rajan. And he came and he stood near my glass door. So I told him to come in, but he said he didn't want to come in, and he was standing in front of my door. So I got up and went to the door and opened the door, and I said, sir, you come and sit. In Sinhalese, I spoke to him, Mahatya Vadi Venna. And then he was standing. I was also standing next to him. So I wanted him to sit first before I'm sitting. So then I repeatedly told him, sir, please be seated. Please be seated. Mahatma Vadi Venna. Mahatma Vadi Venna. Then I put a tap to him and said, Mahatma Vadi Venna. You won't believe. He shouted and started crying. I was shocked. Then I asked what the mistake I did. He was shouting and crying. He was crying. And then he told me, sir, I am 34 years of age. I am 34 years of age. This is the first day in my life somebody called me as Mahatya, sir. You won't believe. I also cried. I also cried. I couldn't bear that feeling, because a gentleman who would do a job that any other can't do, no one has called him as a Mahatma. So I called him. You won't believe. He did the job, and he got a very small fee for his job. Not only that, he canvassed me 64 accounts as a bank manager. Not even my staff members has canvassed large number of accounts for me. So the small thing, I respected him. So I respected not to canvas account through him, but if you give respect, definitely you get the better results. So always the relationship matters. So my dear friends, just to break the monotonous, just respond me how many, what is the age of this? What is the age of this lady that you see in this picture? Your response. What is the age of this lady? Any responses? Yes. Jerome says late 20s. Yes, Jerome, thank you very much. Jerome Perera. Always Pereras are in the forefront. Not so, I'm just joking, as I am also Perera, right? B2 Leo, Jessica, President, yes. 30, yes, very good. Good guessing, huh? So Jerome says 20, Jessica says 30. Any other responses? Very quickly. I will take another 10 minutes to close. Udumbara, very nice. Udumbara, name is nice. And answer is 60, very good. Excellent. And Pramod and Shanika Sandamali. Shanika Sandamali says, one is 20, the other one is 70. Anjali Subhashini says 65. Pramod Sian says above 60s and late 20s. Vintage 30s. It represents both young and adult ages. That is Yoshini Galabada. Santosh Balakumar says 30s, right? Good, good, good. Very good. Yes, my dear friends, there are two. Now, many of you say so that one person, when somebody says one, first says there are two, then others also think in the way the other person is. If not, everyone see only the one person. So the younger person whom you saw is looking at this side, right? You see my cursor, and this is a nose, her, this girl, very young girl. This is a eyelash. This is a chin. This is a neck. This is a necklace. This is a ear, right? And if you want to see the old lady, where 70s or 80s, this is the eye. This is the other eye. This is a nose. This is a mouth. This is a chin. Old lady looking this side. The young girl is looking that side. So what is important here is we tend to believe what we see. We tend to believe what we see. But sometimes very difficult for us to understand what the other person sees. Other person sees. That's what we have to learn from our life. So the other important thing is, because why I told this is, if you want to build relationships, you have to understand the other person could have another view. Respect for that. That is really important. Respect for other person's views. That is important. Agree for disagreement. So doing the job beyond expectation is really important. I always believe the wow factor. Wow, he has done excellence. Now he's doing great way. Excellence. So doing something more than expected is really important. Maybe in your office, maybe in your education, maybe in your class, maybe in your lectures, maybe you are doing a service project, maybe in your Leo Club. Do something beyond expected. Maybe you have been given an opportunity to organize a service project, maybe visiting to a orphanage, children home. So don't just go there and give something and come back. Make some creative difference. So it is beyond the expected level. I do many times. I have practices. I enjoy it. When you enjoy it, you do many new things. That is really important. That's what very important. Success largely depends on the relationship you build along the journey. Everyone needs to be success in their life. That is really important. So these important points is sustaining the relationship. You build the relationship today my focus is on building relationship, where I have already completed. This is the bonus today I'm sharing with you all. When you build the relationship, it is really important sustaining the relationships. So the attention to people, communicate openly, appreciate each other, extend yourself. That means you always ready to offer your help, extend yourself, and volunteer to do work, right? And challenge each other. Challenge each other is for positive development, for the development, for the betterment of each other. Challenge the process is one of the key important leadership skill. And back each other to go up in the ladder. So that together we all are working. That's how the relationship matters. These points are very important to sustain the relationship. So I took all my time to explain the building relation because my focus on the session. So I have completed that. This is a bonus which I'm telling you. You build the relationship, but then you need to maintain the relationship. Sometimes we fail maintain the relationship. Sometimes maybe a love affair, we fail because attention to each other is not there. Respect to each other is not there. We are not extending ourselves to the another, is not there. So the positive challenges is not there, always negative challenges is there. We are not appreciating each other, so the relationship fail. We are not communicating openly. So the challenge is that. So when relationship get messy, right, then take time to listen. Put the other person's shoes. That is empathy actually. Because when the relationship having challenges, take time to listen. First listen. Be on the other person's side, understanding. Maybe he may have done this. He may have got late because of that. He may have spoken to me like that because of this. Try to understand from another person's point of view. Look at what is true. That is really important. Not what you think, not what you see as you saw previously. Maybe other person would see another picture, another view. So look at what is true. That is really important, more than what you see. Emotions does not equal in reality. You can't just think of my emotional level and the other person is same. Definitely different, because individuals are totally different. We are unique and emotional levels also different. So understand that. You can't tell if I feel have a pain, he also should have the pain, not that. With regard to relationships of boys and girls, husbands and wives, there's a book we call Men from Mars and Women from Venus. This is not a time to explain that the difference between a girl and a boy, different between a gent and a lady, different between husband and a wife, totally different. So understand that difference if you want to build a relationship in that. I explain relationships 4 types. This girl and boy relationship, husband and wife relationship, only on the emotional relationship side, right? Appreciate and respect. It is really important. If the relationship is messy or a problem, to revive it positively, you have to appreciate and respect. If it is a mistake on your part, accept it. That is really important. Speak from your heart. That is really important. But the decision from your brain, wisdom. Make sure to take decisions from your wisdom. And don't give up principles, the values, virtues, your qualities. Don't give up those. Be onto your values. Live to your inner conscious. Don't do anything if you are not in a position to go and tell it to your mother. I'm just telling you, because if you do something that you are not in a position to tell it to your mother, that is something wrong that you're doing. Don't give up principles. That is really important. Hanging there. Hanging there is sometimes, even in difficult relationships, be whole for a while. Some problems, some issues resolve with the time. But everything, you can't allow time to resolve everything also. You have to take all these action steps, and also you have to think wisely and take decisions not only from the heart. When you are in so much of pain, or when you are in so much of happiness, when you are in so much of love, don't take decisions in any relationship. You have to take the decision from the wisdom. That is really important. Relationship always create an us. Relationship always create an us. That means togetherness, all, without destroying me. You have to keep your me there, but keeping yourself, the uniqueness of you, but you are built in relationship with many others to be a successful individual. That's what very important. Finally, I'll tell you one thing. When you have a problem, I'm just referring this to Leo clubs, but even in life, you can ask why. If any problem issues comes, why? Why is a problem technique of Japan? And also I used to teach them in MBA classes for MBA students on one of the problem solving techniques. Why? And this is for Leos also. Why did I become a Leo? Why did I become a Leo? Because you became a Leo to build your relationship, have experiences, have your improved knowledge, and creating opportunities for your leadership and improve your leadership skills, right? Leadership experience opportunities. So if it is to fight, 5 years. If it is to gossip, 5 years. If it is to do politics, 5 years. If it is to take revenge, 5 years. I'm just asking. Even you can apply for an office. Even if you can apply for your school or your any association you are in, any organization you are in, you apply. If it is to fight, because I have just put few negative elements taking us out of positive relationships. Fighting, gossiping, politics, and taking revenge and negative feelings are taking us out of positive relationships. But if it is to serve, be a Leo. If it is to love, be a Leo. If it is to be a quality leader, be a Leo. If it is to have friends, be a Leo. If it is to have real happiness, which is the purpose of life, be a Leo. So we have to decide where we should be, you should be. It is our decision. Now you all are independent people, independent citizens, above 18 years of age majority. So you, when you are going to school, your parents were behind you, always talk to you all and give a lot of guidance. And also teachers were behind you. Now even still your teachers also, parents love and give advices, but now you have become independent. So now the small change in your life is you have to take decisions for the betterment of your life, not only because your parents says, because all the decisions what you take in your life, the results also with you. So that's what very important. You decide where you should be. That is what we want to do. So I wish all of you all to be great individuals. I spoke to you on 7 elements to become a positive relationship, how we are going to build positive relationship with 7 elements. And then I explain a very important few tips, which is really important, including the creating first impression. Then I just gave 2 bonuses to you all. How we are going to sustain the relationship that you have built, and when it becomes messy, how we are going to rebuild the relationship. Finally, I told you why problem solving technique, taking the examples as yours. I'm taking this opportunity to thank each and every one of you. Thanks to the organizers, Saveen, who communicated with me a lot of time, and nearly, I think, a large number of WhatsApp messages with him. In fact, still I have not seen him. Thank you very much, Saveen, and all the Leos who has joined today for this session. I think you will get something to your life. That is really important, my dear friends, because your life matters. Your life matters to you. It is your journey, not somebody else's. Your innocent parents or your relatives, your teachers would have a very simple and very innocent satisfaction of you, but the real happiness remain with you. I take this opportunity to wish wholeheartedly all of you all success in your life, building very positive relationships in your life. It drives you in your life. If you have any challenges in personal level for me to speak to, I'll be ready to support within the within my personal timings. If I didn't answer, you can send me a text message. Then I would call back and respond if you have a real personal issue with regard to the subject area. If not, if the organizers within the timelines, I'm ready to answer any questions if there are. Thank you, and over to you, wonderful moderator Dasuni Gamage.
Thank you very much for sharing all those relationships with us, well. I'm sure most of us who are already tired of having unwholesome relationships build some hope to upgrade our relationships to positive ones and build new ones. Now, if anyone has questions, I'm sure our guest speaker today, Deshamanya Lion, Dr. Jeewantha Perera, would be pleased to answer them. You can put your questions to chat box or you can speak it out. So I have received one direct message. So if we have negative relationships and if we can't get over it, what should we do?
There can be different type of negative relationships. One is maybe challenging relationships also we put as negative. One is unethical relationships. Of course, if it is unethical relationship, you have to say no and stop. That is no second word. And that's what I told you. We should learn to say no. But only thing, how you say no is really important. Sometimes if I get an example, maybe there are two types. One is maybe you found a maybe boy, one of the boys or a girl, so you find one of your girls, a girl find a girl, boy find a boy as friends, right? So after a while you see he's having different, we'll think for a while examples are easier to explain. Maybe a boy find another friend, but he is a drug addict. So it's a negative relationship. So sometimes you face problems, you face some challenges. Sometimes he would put you also in difficulty with that relationship. So how we are going to convert that as a positive relationship is help him to come out from that issue. It's a little bit challenging, but still you can do it. I'm just taking simple example. So some negative relationships you can convert to positive relationships, but if it is unethical relationships, you have to say no. And you should know how you should say no. That's very important. Sometimes the way that you say no would hurt the other person, and there can be a lot of clashes and issues and a lot of negative reactions would happen. Once one boy, girl say no to a boy, as she realized later, it is a negative relationship and said no. The way she said no was not proper. Ultimately, she to sacrifice her life. That the statement that she made saying no. So those are challenging things. Only thing that if any of you have challenges in that nature, only thing I would say challenges or the conflicts or problems are there, that those are inevitable, but every problem have solutions. Every problem has solutions. At least I would say more than one solution, right? More than one solution. So only thing, sometimes you would see only one type of a solution, but if you get assistance from a trusted friend or a trusted person, little bit matured person, or whom you can trust, talk to them and ask, and then you will find many solutions. Many solutions. So then, of course, you will find a way how you can say no to another person. That is really important. No, in the sense, not only a love affair, even to any other matter. So relationship is even maybe that you find immediate superior in your office is a totally negative person. It's a negative relationship. Always scold you. A negative relationship. So how you're going to convert that? So it is depending on your situation. You can convert the negative relationship to positive. Then how you are using words, how you are acting according to the situation is up to you. Even sometimes once, very recently, one of the participants in a forum asked me, that youth bring a lot of creative ideas in his office, but always boss get the credit, not him. His boss take his message and takes to go and tell the directors, I created this, I do this. So this boy was really desperate. So I said, don't be, this is your experience journey. He was just 23 years, but when you become a boss, don't do that, number one. And number two, that learn how you are going to shine yourself. There can be a moment that anybody can see how you are performing, how you are doing it. So it is the time resolve those type of things. You should not be totally negative, but you can convert many negative situations to a positive if you are really positive and looking up things positively. That's the shortest answer I can give you there.
Thank you, sir. I hope no more questions will rise up. So, dear sir, thank you very much for spending your valuable time to speak to us on the very important topic of positive relationship building, which is a very timely topic for the children and young people who are present here today with us. I'm sure your speech must have done a great positive impact on their relationship building and maintaining. Indeed, the relationship skills you mentioned really inspired us to build many more comfortable relationships, and the team building tips were also really interesting. Once again, thank you very much for making this program a memorable one, sir. As for the next most important event, it's with great pleasure that I invite Leo Minoli Perera, District President, Leo District 306B1, to deliver the special guest speech.
Good evening, Leos. First of all, with our guest speaker today, okay. Good evening, everyone. Am I audible to you?
Yeah.
Okay. With our own very special guest speaker today, Deshamanya and Dr. Jeewantha Perera. Actually, he's a rare gem to us, and today it is I'm honored to be here to listen to him. I have been to so many programs with him, like behind him as a district president, as a Leo, and even till today I'm even like getting inspiration from him, because even we have as leaders, Leo leaders, as a district president, even today we have things to learn from him, and the explanations of how you build a positive relationship is very important to our nowadays Leos, because even we do get so many obstacles when building the relationship among our club members, district members, and with our own colleagues. So I think you all, especially our organizing team, has done a marvelous job in organizing this project, especially inviting a very good guest speaker, because he is not as on my own Lion, actually Lion cabinet secretary, and he was my Leo advisor. Not only that, but he's a really rare gem to Sri Lankan Lions and Leos. And I think you will get these advisors to build your positive relationship among you all, to drive through the excellence of your own clubs in your own district, and to be very valuable citizens of our Sri Lanka, and to act as the responsible Leos. So thank you so much, Leos, for the invitation extended to me. And you did a great job and a nice session. Thank you, everyone. Hope you all enjoy today's session.
A massive thanks to the district president of Leo District Philosophics Viva, Leo Minoli Perera. Looking at photos later help us to remember more about special occasions we participated. So as a memory of this wonderful session, I would kindly invite you all to switch on your cameras to capture a screenshot. Thank you very much. Here we come to the concluding part of today's program. I would like to invite Leo Dihindu Herat to deliver the vote of thanks.
A very good evening to all. I am honored and humbled to propose the vote of thanks of the year. As we have to come to the end of the second exclusive webinar of excellence, let me make a few remarks and express my heartiest gratitude to all for making time to attend Excellence, the Youth Empowerment Program. A mentor is someone who sees more talent and ability within you than you see in yourself and helps to bring it out of you. On behalf of everyone present here today, let me give my special thanks to our mentor, guest speaker today's session, Deshamanya, Lion, Dr. Jeewantha Perera, MJF, MAF, LCIP, JP, District Cabinet Secretary 2122, Lions District 306, Beat 1. And also, I would like to express our sincere thanks to our special guest, Leo Minoli Perera, District President, Leo District Seat Note 6 B1, and Leo Tatsar Rajpaksha, District President, Leo District 306 B2, for making this event more special with their presence. Next, I want to make this a chance to show my gratitude to Leo Club of Colombo Downtown Alliance, Leo Club of UOC Alumni, Leo Club of Colombo Monarch, Leo Club of Negombo Catamaran, Leo Club of Colombo Grand City, Leo Club of Makola, Leo Club of Atugalpura, Leo Club of Dharamapal Vidyalaya, Panipitiya, for organizing this valuable session and joining together to make this a success. And next, I extend my hands of gratefulness to all the Leos present here today. Without you, this will not be possible. I warmly extend my thanks to each other, everyone who were behind and gave their best to successfully conclude the second excellent webinar. So once again, thank you all for your valuable presence. Stay safe. Good night.
Thank you, Leo Dihindu Herat. Every event has its end, and now we have also reached the end of today's program. We hope this program, organized by the Excellence Youth Empowerment Project team, must have made a very positive impact on your relationship building and maintaining in the best possible way. Furthermore, we hope this program would take you to a step where many more healthy relationships will be made, which can spread smiles on each and every face. Let's say cheers to many more healthy relationships. Thank you very much for joining with us today. Stay safe, stay healthy. Have a good night.